It started quietly, without fanfare or headlines, just two people finding their way back to peace. Chang Wook and Hyun, once one of the most talked about on-screen pairs, have been living in different worlds since Suspicious Partner. But recently, sources close to both stars revealed that their connection never truly disappeared. Instead, it simply moved away from the spotlight to where healing could happen in silence. For years, fans had speculated about the nature of their relationship. Were they ever more than co-stars? Did their chemistry on-screen come from something real off-screen? Neither of them ever confirmed nor denied the rumors. But one thing was clear: Chang Wook and Hyun shared a bond built on deep respect, admiration, and quiet understanding. After Chang Wook completed his military service, he was a changed man. In interviews, he often spoke about reflection and learning to value peace over attention. Meanwhile, Hyun took a step back from the spotlight, focusing on projects that brought her creative fulfillment rather than fame. It was during one of these quieter seasons in their lives that fate seemed to reconnect them. A close industry insider revealed that Chang Wook reached out to Hyun earlier this year, not for a project, but to check in. He wanted to see how she was doing. He said she was one of the few people who truly understood him during a time when fame became overwhelming, the source said. What began as a simple message turned into long phone calls, late-night chats, and eventually quiet meetups, far from soul-flashing cameras. They weren't trying to hide from the world, they were simply trying to heal in it. Hyun, who has always been private about her personal life, reportedly found comfort in those talks. He doesn't try to fix things, one friend shared. He listens, and that's what she needed most. Their meetings were rare but meaningful. Sometimes they'd take quiet walks by the Han River. Sometimes they'd sit in a small cafe they used to visit during filming years ago. A few fans even claimed to have spotted them together. No makeup, no cameras, just two friends smiling over coffee. To the public, it may look like just friendship. But to those close to them, it's something deeper, not romantic necessarily, but healing. A kind of bond that only exists between two people who have shared something unforgettable. Chang Wook once said in an interview, "Some people stay in your life because your souls recognize each other, not because circumstances allow it." Many fans believe that statement was about Hyun. While neither of them has spoken publicly about these new meetings, their fans can't help but feel that something special is unfolding, something gentle, mature, and beautifully human. When asked recently about Suspicious Partner, Chang Wook smiled and said, "That project changed me. It taught me a lot about timing, in work, in love, and in life." Meanwhile, Hyun, during her latest magazine shoot, was asked if she still keeps in touch with old co-stars. Her answer: "The important ones never really leave." Those subtle remarks were all it took for the internet to catch fire again. Fan communities began compiling timelines, matching interviews, and pointing out quiet signs, like the way Chang Wook liked one of Hyun's charity posts within minutes of it going up, or how she once used one of his favorite quotes in an Instagram caption. Still, both stars remain grounded. They aren't chasing headlines or trying to fuel speculation. Instead, they're doing what they've always done best, choosing sincerity over spectacle. Behind closed doors, they've found a quiet understanding that doesn't need validation from the outside world. Whether it's friendship or something slowly blossoming beyond it, one thing is certain: they're both finding light again, together, away from the noise. Fans have started calling it healing in silence, a perfect phrase for two people who've walked through storms yet still managed to bring calm to each other's worlds. And maybe that's what makes their story so powerful. It's not about grand gestures or public confessions. It's about two souls reconnecting where it matters most, in honesty, in trust, and in peace. Because sometimes love doesn't need to be loud. Sometimes it's found in hidden moments and honest hearts. As the weeks went by, whispers about Chang Wook and Hyun's quiet meetings started spreading through the entertainment industry. At first, no one paid much attention. After all, both stars were known for keeping their lives private. But when fans began connecting subtle signs online, the story started to take shape in the eyes of the public. An anonymous staff member who once worked with both of them said softly, "It's not about romance. Not really. It's about timing, healing, and trust." They both went through their own challenges, and somehow they found comfort in each other's company again. For Chang Wook, the years after military service weren't easy. While his fans saw the charming actor returning to dramas and CFs, those close to him knew he was struggling internally. The spotlight had returned faster than he expected, and with it came pressure, noise, and scrutiny. He wanted to slow down, another close acquaintance revealed. But the world doesn't let Chang Wook slow down. He's too loved, too watched. That's why his connection with Nam Ji-hyun mattered, because she sees the person, not the celebrity. Nam Ji-hyun, on the other hand, had quietly matured into one of the most respected actresses of her generation. Though she kept a modest public image, she too had faced her share of emotional challenges. Balancing school, acting, and fame since childhood left her yearning for something simple: peace. And that peace, it seemed, came in the form of an old friend who understood her without needing words. One of the few times they were spotted together again was during a charity book event in Seoul. Nam Ji-hyun attended as a guest speaker, while Chang Wook appeared briefly to support the foundation behind the scenes. Fans caught a brief glimpse of them exchanging smiles before she went on stage, a small, natural moment that quickly became viral online. The hashtags #Chang Wook Nam Ji-hyun and #Healing in Silence started trending, with fans calling them the quiet miracle of 2025. The comments were flooded with love, not gossip. They look peaceful, one fan wrote. You can see comfort in their eyes. That peace, however, didn't come without its challenges. As news spread, some reporters tried to corner them for comments, but both stars remained gracefully silent. When asked directly during a press conference, Chang Wook smiled and said, "I'm in a place where I'm grateful for the people who helped me grow. Some friendships are simply priceless." It was a classic Chang Wook answer, careful, meaningful, but deeply personal. A week later, Nam Ji-hyun gave her own quiet nod to the connection. During an interview promoting her latest drama, she was asked about the kind of people who bring her comfort. She paused, smiled gently, and said, "The ones who remind me who I am, not who the world thinks I am." That single line sent fans into a frenzy. It wasn't confirmation, but it was enough to make hearts melt. Behind the scenes, industry insiders say their reconnection has brought visible change to both stars. Chang Wook has been more relaxed, more open, even taking time off between projects to travel and recharge. Nam Ji-hyun, too, has shown a newfound calmness and joy, radiating warmth in her recent interviews and public appearances. They found balance, one manager reportedly said, and they help each other keep it. There's talk that both actors might work together again, not in a romance, but in a human drama centered on healing and self-discovery. While nothing is confirmed, fans are already calling it suspicious partner 2, The Healing Years. Whether or not that project ever comes to life, the idea alone reflects what people see in them, not just a pair of beloved stars, but two souls walking quietly beside each other, offering comfort and strength where fame once brought exhaustion. Late one evening, Chang Wook posted a photo on Instagram of a simple cup of coffee sitting by a window with the caption, "Some people feel like home." It was liked by millions. Hours later, Nam Ji-hyun posted a picture of a sunrise with the caption, "And some homes never fade." Fans immediately connected the two posts, not as a hint, but as a sign that healing, indeed, had found its way into their lives. It's rare in the entertainment world to see something so real, so understated. Yet that's what makes their story so beautiful. It's not driven by spectacle, but by sincerity. Not about public displays, but private understanding. They've both learned that love, in any form, doesn't always need to be announced. Sometimes, the deepest connections grow in the quiet moments where only truth exists. Chang Wook and Nam Ji-hyun's journey reminds everyone that fame might shape who you become, but it doesn't define who you are. Beneath the spotlight, they found something worth more than attention: peace, trust, and healing in each other's presence. And as one fan perfectly wrote under their latest posts, they don't need to tell us what they are. We already feel it. Because sometimes, healing doesn't need an audience. It just needs two honest hearts meeting in silence. This is K-Drama Cycle, where every story reveals the emotion behind the fame, the truth behind the rumors, and the quiet moments that make love real.